was that Bill O'Reilly? Huh? Was that Bill O'Reilly that said that?
Yeah. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah. Welcome to Cameos on a random Wednesday. I am Samsung. With me, I have Yos Ramling. It's racist. I don't know why I did it.
Oh, I, was
It's
like,
very
I know you
racist.
be on your me no black joke shit, but that's not my name.
Yes, Ramling. Nah, cause I just can't. I got back from LA. I was at Anime Expo. I watched the Mexico game, Mexico versus England. Great game. Shout out to Mexico,
Mm,
man. They played extra hard.
yeah.
That was such a good game. I wish Mexico had won. England had this one fast dude. He was fast for no reason because he wasn't doing shit. He literally wasn't scoring. He just he just was there. And me and my friend were like, "Yo, there he go." He was so fast. This white dude. Um, but yeah, back for another episode. Um, I don't know. I forget. Food's here. I know. I'm sure there's food news
Yeah, we
to
got some food news.
yeah to start us off. Yeah,
Um,
I see it.
they got custom made glizzy packages now. Pringles has announced limited edition hot dog buns. The buns are packaged in the Pringles cans and come in flavors like sour cream and onion, barbecue, and honey mustard.
That's disgusting.
It's just brand new ways to elevate your blood pressure. Like this is the
Yeah,
kind of shit the black community needs to worry about because how we really being attacked.
yeah, it's not it.
Yeah, I mean, well, as always, peace and blessings to your
Nah,
gastrointestinal
they
tracts.
gonna put the Kool Aid pineapples in the Pringle hot dog buns.
So you agree with me that this is all a CIA operation? Because crack
Yeah,
didn't work.
probably. Crack didn't do enough. Let's let's give them diabetes. Let's
like
cut
oh,
their toes off.
oh fuck, they're too resilient. Like I
Cut their
literally
feet
cut them off
off.
at the ankles. All right, moving on to some gaming news. Our main topic deals heavily with gaming, but we're gonna dip our toes into it with a little bit of stuff until we get into like the main thing long down the line that I'm pretty sure all of you already know about because it's like the biggest news of the week and everyone's angry about it. A leaked Epic Game Store listing suggests several Final Fantasy VII Revelation contents. Right, this was written wrong. Could be launched after launch. What the fuck? Who is writing these tweets? The listing includes story expansion pass, 7 DLC packs, premium edition, premium plus edition, and the story expansion pass suggests that Square Enix may add new story content after the main game is released.
You should have saved that for the main story for real. It's like
But that has nothing to do with
it
the
does.
catastrophe that ensued.
Part of my point does it does
All right, we can revisit this, but for
because
now,
yeah,
like I don't know how I feel about this. It's like I do love Final Fantasy VII, obviously, peep the wall, but
mm,
like I want the story to be wrapped up in a nice, neat bun, like that nice, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but everyone is doing everything is that's happening in the story currently feels like they're doing too much. So like I would very much have the final chapter be just very focused, no extra shit, no what ifs, no questions lingering, just like give us the finale and just please God stick the landing because I want this to work so badly.
that's cute. You think this is like a nice world where you can get your stories in an artistic way. Nah,
Yeah, sometimes.
nah. Capitalism. Go ahead and take these microtransactions. Let's get that money.
You say more than anyone that the Japanese care more about the creativity over the money. This is a JRPG, so there's hope.
Uh,
Now, if this was like
Square Enix is
Naughty Dog or any other company, we'd be fucked.
you know where Square Enix is located?
Was it like Anaheim? I think they have like a satellite office somewhere on the West Coast.
Exactly.
But the main headquarters, so I still have hope. Anyways, on the same topic of Square Enix, they say that it could make more traditional turn-based Final Fantasy remakes if that's what the fans want. For example, I know Sam's son has not played it, but there's a game called Octopath Traveler that has this really cool like 8-bit 3D style that I think games like Final Fantasy VI could be remade as. And
Hmm.
that'd be a really good way to cater to those longtime diehard fans who don't want anything tampered with, but do want a high res update of the originals. Everything else, though, I think would be due for a full blown remake. I would love a remake of 10, maybe 9, definitely not 8. That one was not terrible, but not as good as the rest, in my opinion.
You know who would have made a great remake for you?
Blue Point, and
Exactly. And
long
look
may
where they
they
are,
reign.
which means that you're not getting no remakes. They got them out the way early. No
I'm not getting
remakes.
remakes of any more Soulsborne games, but if Final Fantasy, that's the thing, Final Fantasy needs to evolve though. Because remember we had that study, that
Hmm.
discussion that mentioned how none of the Gen Z cares about Final Fantasy anymore. At
Hmm.
least not to the point, at least not to the extent that Resident Evil has cultivated a new younger fan base. Like Final Fantasy fans are all our age. Resident Evil fans, however, have like 20-year-olds, some damn near some late teenagers. Like it's Final Fantasy needs to look more towards building the brand for the future as opposed to constantly revisiting the past that a lot of these kids just don't give a shit about.
It's because horror is like it's an easy seller. Everyone loves horrors besides
Yeah,
me.
horror is having a golden age right now, which is
Hmm.
dope. That's why I have hope for Clayface. Um, in more JRPG news, all the animation cutscenes in Persona 4 Revival will be produced by the renowned Japanese animation studio Mappa. Pretty dope.
Yeah, but I feel bad for Mappa
Me too.
because
Please let
they
them sleep.
100K. What was it? What was it? Jujutsu Kaisen 100K per episode.
Yeah.
Uh, they not. They they broke. They're tired. They
Hmm.
stress. You gotta give the Mappa people some more money, man. They earned
Let
it.
them go home. Let them see their families. Let them
Exactly,
eat,
man.
shower, all the
Do
human
something
essentials.
for them.
I just realized I front loaded this entire episode with all the stuff that I like. David
I know
Gator,
you
who
did.
created who created the world of Dragon Age, says his next game could decide if his studio stays open.
You could have
I ain't
left
gonna
all
lie to you.
this to lead into the gaming discussion. But go
You're
ahead.
right. We have a structure, and I'm trying to abide by the
No,
structure.
you have a
Um,
structure.
Last time we messed up the structure, shit got convoluted and confused, and the whole episode
No,
was a mess.
you got convoluted and
Yes,
confused.
because I'm the one doing the narration and the story delivery. So I need to have a flow, or else I get distracted and go off on even worse tangents than the ones that I do now. But yeah, so the his next game, he created the world of Dragon Age. By the way,
Hmm.
Dragon Age Origins, top 5, top 10, whatever you want to, one of the best RPGs ever. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't have much hope given what's happening to so many studios as of late. I wish him the best though.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll talk about that
all
again
right,
because
here's
again,
you actually would care about because it's one of the 3 games you play every year.
uh,
Marvel Rivals Season 9 has the
I
biggest
don't
game ever. What?
I don't play that no more. I got tired of it.
I'm sick of you. I'm still going to tell the rest of the story. Team up ability systems have been overhauled. Every single hero now has 2 active team up abilities, can equip one at a time. Black Widow's combat has been reworked. Balance changes to over 80% of the characters. High mobility characters now have access to regenerative shields. New convoy map and Jubilee will be playable on July 10th, and the Hood will be playable later this season.
I do appreciate that they're doing that.
You want to know why?
Uh, why?
Overwatch is back on their ass. That's why.
Oh, I will. I'm not
This is
playing.
what competition is best for the consumer. We need more threats out there to get these companies in line, which again
Hmm.
ties into our mega topic.
Hmm.
In television news, Mark Phillips of RDC World has a new original superhero series called The League of Extraordinary Heroes. The cast includes Holes's Cleo Thomas, Tony Stedovici, and Leland Menigo. It follows 7 vigilantes with no real powers who are suddenly faced with real danger and must discover whether or not they're true heroes or just pretending.
Did you share this?
Yeah, I love RDC World, so
I
I had to
do
give a
too,
shout
but
out
this is
to.
not on TV. This is just it's their YouTube joint.
He deserves a shout out for bro, trying to break into the mainstream. This is dope.
He got.
I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, I mean, it had like I watched it. It had like 1 million views in like a couple hours, I think. So I'm glad they doing well.
Yeah.
That's good. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I still credit him with like bringing anime to the mainstream during COVID.
Yeah.
A Mr. Terrific series is in the works. Alan Heinberg of The Sandman is writing the pilot.
So sorry, I love Mr. Terrific in the film. I'm just trying to
Hmm.
figure some things out. Like we talked about Supergirl last week. We know the issue with Supergirl probably was like the script. Sorry, the issue was definitely the script, but also like is like just something they had. We know like James Gunn's contract is ending next year, also.
Hmm.
Uh, which means I assume that means Peter Safran's contract's ending next year as well.
Hmm.
So I'm really trying to understand like when are we got to get something. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's been I don't know how long it's been, but it's like we've out of this whole period we've gotten Superman. Or sorry, out of this whole period, the only like things that are like truly James Gunn that have dropped are Superman, uh, Green Lantern, which will come out. Is it this month or next month? It's coming soon.
Next month,
Next month,
August.
right? We'll get Clayface, right? Because that's coming,
Hmm.
and I would count Clayface as part of like James Gunn's world, and then Creature Commandos was really good, and then Man of Tomorrow.
Hmm.
That's not enough. Oh, sorry, Peacemaker season 2. So, and I'm excited for the Mr. Terrific thing. I'm just like trying to figure out like what's gonna happen after that. You know what I mean?
So I'm originally I was saying they need to start bringing out the heavy hitters in order to draw in more eyes, and I still do maintain that. However, I think there is a vision in play here that we haven't really considered yet.
Mm,
And I realized that when I just started browsing through comics, and everyone keeps saying that everything is to build to the Justice League in the same way that the MCU did with the Avengers. I completely agree with that. But I think that's exactly what's happening here. It's just not the Justice League that we recognize. The ones we
mm,
recognize are the ones the general public recognizes is the one from Justice League Unlimited
mm,
from the Cartoon Network show with like the cast consists of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, John Stewart, Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, and
mm,
Hawk Girl, if I
mm,
recall correctly. I think James Gunn is building towards a Justice League International or a Justice Society team. There was a run back in I want to say like 2000s, maybe 2010s, that had a team that consisted of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, but it also had Guy Gardner, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Captain Atom, Mr. Miracle, Big Barda, Martian Manhunter, and a few other of these. I think Power Girl was on it, Lobo was on it. If you look at the current slate of characters,
mm.
these are all the characters that are existing in James Gunn's current Justice League. Because we
Yeah,
got
but
Lobo and Girl, huh?
I was gonna say we're not getting Booster Gold, or I don't know if we are anymore.
We're getting a Booster Gold show.
Yeah, but I
And
thought
if
Danny McBride like they are not doing that anymore. So
so,
who's
Danny McBride stepped away, but the show is still in active development.
man? I don't know with all the Paramount Warner Brothers like acquisition as well.
Mhm.
Like how much of this stuff will we actually get? Like how much money will they actually devote to these things? Because look at Supergirl. Supergirl's kind of a throwaway, but again, granted, it wasn't like it was a script they had that they had been had, and they were just trying to get it out there. The same person's doing Teen Titans and Wonder Woman. Creative differences with that team and the director. Like I don't know where we're going, man. So
I think, yeah, I think we're heading there. And it's like I
so
would always say, huh?
sorry. I don't know. Not like creatively. I don't know where we're going business wise because of all
Oh
that.
yeah,
That's what
because
I
the
mean.
Paramount
Sorry.
situation.
Yeah. So like, will we even make it to what the Justice League society? I forgot what you said. That run of the Justice
Justice
League.
League International.
Yeah. Will we even make it to that team? Given everything else that's going on behind the scenes, that's what I mean.
It depends entirely on how this year finishes out with Clayface and Lanterns, and
I think
how next year goes with Man of Tomorrow.
I
If
think
Man of
Clayface.
Tomorrow,
Go ahead,
hmm?
my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's it. If Man of Tomorrow does not bring in big box office numbers, which I'm worried it won't, just due to recognition overall, the name recognition. I think that'll be the end of the DCU
Hmm.
because they said they have a 10-year vision, but their contract ends either this year or next year,
It's
according to
definitely next year.
reports.
It's definitely
Yeah.
next year.
Okay, so next year, according to
Sorry,
reports.
next year or 2028, one of the two.
Yeah. So if at the end of the day, it all comes down to how much money you bring in.
Hmm.
And while I love Superman, Superman was not the big box office success that it needed to be in order to like solidify itself as like, oh, everyone worldwide is interested in the DCU. This very much was an American favorite property. Like overseas, it did not do very well. All the
And
majority of the money it made, it was all over here,
I
stateside.
know, and that's probably a reflection of like political climate. A lot was happening
True.
during that period. It has nothing to do with the film because
Mhm.
that was actually a really good Superman film. But we'll see. I'm not worried about the name recognition specifically for Man of Tomorrow. Like He Man is one thing, right? But like I think you say Masters of the Universe and then you put Adam on there, nobody's gonna recognize that's He Man.
Mhm.
But you say Man of Tomorrow and then you put the S, I think you'll be fine.
That S needs to be in front of the damn Man of Tomorrow at this point. Because as much as we talk about like trust the audience, sometimes you can't,
Yeah.
and it's not because the audience is stupid all the time.
Mm.
Sometimes it's just because that's why I caveated it with
Yeah,
all
all
the
the
time.
time.
It's sometimes it's just because they don't know what we know because they're just not as tapped in. Like we're
Mm.
the ones who always like canvas the internet for news, and we're nerds, so we love all this shit. So it's like I always use the metric of will my mama immediately recognize this or will she know who these characters are? Now, if I say Spider Man, she's gonna know who that is right away. If I say Superman, she's gonna know who that is right away. If I say Man of Tomorrow, that could be anything.
Yeah. That's why you gotta show her the picture. Man of Tomorrow. You can't just say it.
Yeah, but I don't
But
know. We'll see. I
yeah, we'll see.
have faith in that. And the last thing I'll say on this is in terms of trusting the audience, I would get annoyed when Marvel would come out and had like announce their entire slate going forward. So it's like it would be like 2010, and they would tell you everything they're going to do all the way to Infinity War and Endgame. Actually, no, Endgame was a later announcement, but in a way, it kind of spoiled a lot of things that happened because it's like, oh, Ant-Man's not going to die because he's got to be in Civil War, all these other kind of things. But the opposite side of that is it builds faith and trust with your audience. And the biggest problem
Mm-hmm.
I think James Gunn faces right now is a lot of what he's doing is being kept behind closed doors. And when you have a big failure, no, I mean, it kind of is a failure. If you have a big fumble like Supergirl is, people you lose goodwill with people and they want to know, okay, what is your plan now, because it doesn't seem like this plan is working.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's a valid concern. So it's like he's got to come out and say something, make some kind of announcement, and it can't be some random obscure character that he loved from the 70s. Like it's got to be a big blockbuster reveal in order to get people interested again. I don't think the DCU is dying or on its way out, but I do think it's in a very critical place where if it does not get its shit together in the next 2 years, people are just going to drift off to the next thing.
No, I still think the issue is like more of the business stuff going on between Warner Brothers and Paramount and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
Yeah.
lot. It's like happening at a bad time for like
Yeah.
Gunn and Saffron. So
Yeah. So, they also have to
and
do
Bears,
less
but
James.
they
Yeah,
gonna
they
stand
have to
beside him.
do less James Gunn stuff. Like Clayface is a reinvention of the superhero genre. We need more of that. We need more movies like Logan, where it's like people are tired of the superhero formula. Let's do something different, like something that like
Mm.
is very much in the superhero universe, but it's a subgenre as opposed to just like the same 3-act structure with the big CGI battle with terrible CGI at the end.
Mm.
Uh, speaking of blockbuster announcements for the DCU, Jimmy Tatro is rumored to star as Gorilla Grodd in DC Studios' upcoming crime series with Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, I don't really like that. Every role I've seen him play is like some just dumb guy.
Yeah,
Grodd is like a genius, right? He's not just a like a gorilla. You know what I mean? He's like really smart. So
Yeah, this guy's always like a frat bro. I'm not
yeah,
excited about it.
if that turns out to be true, no offense to him, it's just I don't see it. So
Yeah. Hopefully he surprises us. I'm
yeah.
never gonna root against someone's success unless you play for Argentina. Anyways, um, in our last bit of television news, Yahya Abdul Mateen II has received an Emmy nomination for his performance in Wonder Man.
Good. Wonder Man, so fantastic. So nice
Easily
job,
one of the best
Playboy.
Marvel TV shows. Congrats to him. In movie news, unfortunately, it has been revealed that Danny Glover has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, sorry, Danny.
Uh,
That's tough. My great
yeah,
grandfather had Alzheimer's, so I always be worried I'm gonna get it too.
that's it's a scary thing to deal with. Hopefully, you don't.
Yeah.
The Moana live action remake debuts with 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, one of the worst scores for a Disney live action remake in theaters this Friday. Do not go see it.
Yeah, it's finna make $1 billion. Y'all gonna go over there.
No. Actually, no. What's the name? Box office trends have it looking pretty rough.
All right, it's for the best.
Yeah, this might be another Dwayne Johnson bomb alongside Black Adam.
That's not The Rock's fault. I don't want to say that because I think Black Adam bombed because of The Rock. I blame that on The Rock. Like
Hmm.
he had to. He kind of messed it up.
I mean, to his credit,
Because
he did say the hierarchy of the DC universe was about to change, and it did.
yeah, but I think Black Adam's not like a big enough character for what he was trying to make it. Like you're
Mhm.
doing a lot, man. It's not it. But I'm not gonna blame the live action Moana on The Rock. I don't think he's the problem.
I think audiences are just tired of the same old, same old. Whether it be with superhero movies, live action remakes. Like you get some that are definitely home runs, but those grand slams are getting far and few in between. They're
Yeah,
starting to have diminishing returns.
I don't think you should make a live action of a movie that's been out within the last decade. Like, come on, man. That's
This is
the
The Last of Us Part One of
yeah
remakes.
clear clear cash grab. So
Yeah. The Batman 2 co-writer Mattson Tomlin says Hollywood is becoming more video game obsessed. He's receiving 5 times more offers for video game adaptations than comic book adaptations this year.
yeah, because the built-in fan base, I think they see it.
Hmm.
But also maybe they should stop because some of these it like depends on who you get to do it.
Yeah.
If you start getting people who don't have like the passion for the game,
Hmm.
the product doesn't turn out well.
I agree.
So
I'm curious as to how A24's Elden Ring is going to turn out.
we've seen, we saw like a couple of them sets
Yeah, that did look like Limgrave.
look like some incest. For those that
I mean,
never
it's a
play Elden Ring, it's a lot of incest in Elden Ring. It's
first
really
of
weird.
all, he is correct. Like, however, it is a great story. I would love
All
like an
right,
HBO prequel series about everything that took place before the Shattering.
I know what kind of what you gotta say corn. I know what kind of corn you like. The the brother sister because it's Elden Ring.
Actually, I don't even know if I would call what happens in Elden Ring incest. Like, it's more like there's a weird thing that goes on with Radagon and Marika where they're kind of the same person.
It's
And
even worse.
then,
It's like Loki fall in love with himself in Loki.
yeah, yeah, it's very
Which actually
strange.
that was weird.
Yeah, then the whole situation with Moog, was it? Is it Moog or the Lord of Blood
I don't know.
and
I just beat him.
Godwin the Gold? No, no, it's not Godwin. Godwin was the Golden, who's the one who got murdered by the Black Knives. Anyways,
Yeah,
I'll
that's the
figure it
wrong
out.
person, man.
you just
I
you
just
just
kill
get
him.
big sword and swing to death.
Exactly. And a big
Yeah, but no,
shield.
it's a fantastic story with a lot of lore that people should do more research into. I would love like an HBO series, like in the vein of Game of Thrones, but gotta
Mm.
have a big enough audience for it. But I'm not surprised because video game adaptations have been making a shit ton of money lately, and once they're done with this, they come in for anime. So be ready.
I see. Well, actually, I'm gonna step on your toes because you mentioned anime. They shut down
By
High
all.
Anime, right? So
Yeah.
if y'all don't know, High Anime is like a very popular pirated anime site. It's also very well run. And
Mhm.
the guys that were running High Anime were running a bunch of other stuff, and they caught them in Vietnam, shut it down. But I say that because I'm assuming like Just Rabbit is probably right. Right. I think at a certain point, uh, Japanese the Japanese are about to get their economy going again
Mhm.
off the back of anime. If you don't know, the Japanese economy is like it's like very stale. It's not good. It's not bad. It's kind of just it's very stagnant. Mostly because they don't like do a lot of things to try to make money. They just do things. But I think he's right. We're gonna see a lot more live action adaptations, a lot more like anime being put out to purchase, to stream, and yeah, I think he's right. This that's the
Mhm.
next thing. But I will say like so I went to Anime Expo. Anime Expo was huge. So many people like I was on a flight to go there. It was my whole flight was just people going there. That's how like big it is. And I was talking to like these random girls who were sitting next to me. They saw me on Discord and they were like, "Oh, are you going to Anime Expo?" Okay, so that's the. I guess Discord is the metric, but yeah, I was. And then one of the friends had Crunchyroll, the other had only Netflix. All right, so one of them just did not care that they were behind on everything. They were watching their anime in a very convenient place. The other one is trying to like avid anime watcher, so they're like wherever they need to be to watch their anime. So to me, that just says, all right, this has like broad appeal, right?
Mhm.
Because people from all walks of life are like getting into it. Some random, like a random older couple, they had come with their daughter, and their daughter was like in cosplay, and then the mother was like, "Yeah, I got into like live action One Piece, right? Because it just looked interesting." And I was just talking to her about the story and like the Nami changes, all this stuff. She's like, all this is interesting. So now there's a whole fan base of people who would get into anime just if it wasn't a cartoon. So there's so much money, like very clearly there. They're definitely going to start uh, doing live actions. I'm sure before I said nah, but yeah, I was wrong. It's going to happen.
I'm curious. When you were at the Anime Expo, did you see any influencers?
Say no, it's funny. I saw yes, because I was on someone's stream.
Mhm.
I didn't want to be. I just heard someone behind me like, "Hey yo, what's that? Do chat?" Oh, well. So yeah, there were influencers there. I saw
Mhm.
celebrities there as well that were like also streaming. Most of the people, a lot of people there had their rigs and were streaming. There's like a lot of
Mhm.
media, but the media that's like a streamer. So there were a lot of influencers there.
Yeah. The reason I ask is because I am dreading what happens when anime completely goes mainstream. Because right now, I think it's like building up to it. Like it's popular, everyone's appreciating the art form, and it's great in a lot of ways. You okay?
Yeah, my tongue's blue, and I was like, "What did I eat?" And that was a Jolly Rancher.
Uh,
Sorry, go
like
ahead.
it's awesome that it's like bringing in new fans, but with new fans, as we mentioned before, comes capitalism. And capitalism is
Yeah,
going to start jacking up prices. And I think there's going to be a situation in which it's been discussed online as well that like Comic Con and Anime Con and all these big nerd centric conventions are going to become like the new like Coachella, where it's
I
like,
think it's already like that, honestly. Or
but it's like,
well, sorry, not like Coachella. I think these conventions are like unreasonably huge. Like if you look at any
mhm,
of the social media posts about Anime Expo, like you literally could not walk around in certain places because it was
yeah,
just so densely packed.
mhm,
Um, and I think most of these anime conventions are just growing. If it becomes like Coachella, um, that I don't know. I think it becomes mainstream, but I think it just gets bigger and bigger. I think that's a good thing, right? Because then that just brings more eyes. that brings more like IP owners to these events.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
then I think at a certain point we get to, remember like we used to have E3, and then eventually they were like, nah, we're just do our own thing.
Yeah.
Or same with like Disney having like, Comic Con used to have the Marvel showcase and all these things, and eventually they were like, yeah, we got it ourselves. I think that'll
Mhm.
probably happen with things that are big enough for it to happen with. But also, I think for anime specifically, it's like ebbs and flows. A lot of things change. So like the big thing now is One Piece. Eventually, One Piece will end, and you can't do a One Piece convention for something that doesn't have anything new coming out,
Mhm.
right? So maybe that'll keep these conventions alive, just having like a constant flow of uh, new material, but that new material is not always great, which I'll like reference when we get to like the actual anime segment,
Yeah.
because some of those things aren't good. I just be posting.
Yeah. So it's like when I said Coachella, I was more concerned about or like the original fans being priced out, because that's what no Coachella started off as. It was like this sort of counterculture and this like
Uh,
escapism retreat for like the hippie star children, music lovers who could just
uh,
like get all dressed up and be free, kind of like a modern day Woodstock. And then the influencers moved in. And then it became like a massive networking event, kind of like the Super Bowl, where it's like there are no real true fans there. It's just a bunch of really rich people coming together to network amongst one another. And it's like that's what I'm afraid is going to happen with like anime as a whole, where it's like, yes, it's going to have its fans always, but a lot of the big major events are just going to become like big hubs for networking in which the rich and famous come together to be seen, to meet other rich and famous people, especially if they're making movies about it, like especially in California of all places, where it's like you're gonna be like it's gonna be an opportunity for the opportunistic to prey upon it, whereas like the true longtime fans just won't be able to afford it the same way longtime fans couldn't afford Coachella anymore because Coachella costs like tens of thousands of dollars to attend this year to every year as of recent, and now regular people just can't go anymore.
but if it gets to that point, honestly, the otakus will just form another thing,
Mm,
and then everyone will go to that thing instead.
yeah.
So I like they'll
Oh.
just move on, and then you'll have like all these just people trying to network, just
Mm,
talking amongst each other for a convention that like no one is trying to attend anymore because
mhm.
the community knows where they're supposed to be, and the
Yeah.
cycle will start over.
Yeah. And I would just, because I've seen it happen so much with like influencers moving in, where it's like kind of like the canary in the coal mine. And the same thing happened with like the Pokemon collectibles and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like I say this with all due respect and love for like the gay community, but like growing up in the hood, when gentrification started happening in New York City, we knew something was coming when we saw a gay couple move in. Where it's like, oh, look, they're jogging, they're happy. Oh shit, all of us are about to get priced out of our neighborhoods. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the canary in the coal mine. I feel like influencers are the same way when it comes to like pop culture.
Yep.
And I don't want that to happen, but it has very often done so.
But I think the difference for like anime conventions is
Hmm.
that you don't need, like, let's say for Coachella you need like the artists, right? You need
Yeah.
people to perform. Anime conventions you don't need any of that. You just need uh you need like artists that are like, sorry, people that like draw or something, right? That craft things, like Etsy people to come
Yeah.
and fill the arts alley.
Hmm.
You need like dealers, so like card shops and all these people to come and fill that. And you need panels, and the panels just consist of people who are talking about this thing they love.
Gotcha.
And so I think if it does come to what you're saying, I think like this group of people will just form their own thing again, because cons pop up all the time. Look at matter of fact RDC, they made their own convention, right? But
Hmm.
their convention is turned into more like a, I think theirs is more like a streamer thing, uh, where it's not. I want to go, but it doesn't seem like it's really about anime in the same way. Not, or at least
Hmm.
not completely, because there's a lot of people there that just there, like they just there because it's the event. So, but I
Hmm.
say all that to say you can, this people that are fans of this start their own thing when the time comes.
Yeah.
So Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
yeah, we'll
I
see.
hope you're right.
I
Yeah,
usually am.
we went on a yeah. Your win streak has been called into question. Um, went off on a crazy tangent with that one. X-Men star Hugh Jackman has suggested he won't be done playing with Wolverine anytime soon.
All right.
Please do. Like, dude, let go of the character. I know it's money, and I know it's very you know it by heart, but it's like this shit needs to evolve.
As long as he's like, he can be old man Logan and teaching the
No,
young
he needs
X
to
Men.
go.
I'd
He
be
needs
fine
to
with that.
go.
No, I'd be fine with that because I I think if we wanted like a Wolverine and his X Men type of film or series, um, where Wolverine is like the headmaster of the Xavier School, and then he's teaching all the younger X Men. That's how you introduce new X Men. I wouldn't mind that specifically because it's still Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Uh, X-23 has taken over the actual Wolverine mantle, so she's true Wolverine. I'd be fine with something like that. That's the only time I want to see him as Wolverine.
I want them to start from scratch with everybody. I don't want to see any old faces. Let the Fox X-Men die. I want a comic accurate first class X-Men with Jean, Bobby, Cyclops, Storm, Beast, Tossin Morph, whoever else. But like I want true to comics. I don't want to say his name, but I want it done the way the Predator would have done it if he was
Uh,
still allowed to keep his job, if
oh,
he
you
didn't
talking about
prey
your
on
boy
his
Bo?
colleagues. Hey, my boy. Point is, I want accuracy. I want the comics brought to life. Let I don't want to see a single Fox character from anything ever again. I want
All right,
new blood for the MCU.
we'll see what they do.
Yeah. And our last bit of movie news: Cheetah Girls 4 has been set at Disney with Raven Simone. The original cast members are
Yeah,
returning.
no, not all of them. Broken Promises is not coming back, and I forgot why. So her name is Keely, like Keely Williams, but I like calling her Broken Promises. But she not coming back. She the only one that's not coming back, at least so far. I think her and Raven had some beef back in the day. She had said something.
What happened in which you turning down this opportunity?
No, she not. She wasn't offered the opportunity, most likely.
Oh, she wasn't offered it. So okay,
Yeah,
that
she
means
has. She said something
Raven told
about.
me, bro.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot what she said. It was a long time ago. But
Gotcha.
she said
Okay.
something about Raven. I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Well, hey, it's unfortunate, but
But everybody else
best of
coming.
luck to you, Cheetah Girls.
I'm getting sick and tired of your broken promises.
All
Phyllis,
right.
Phyllis.
On to anime news. We got our first poster for the Ghost of Tsushima anime series, Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
Can't wait.
Yeah, if they nail this, it's gonna be something special.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the whole high anime thing, people
Yeah,
going to jail, but that's the thing. Piracy on the internet is like a hydra. You cut off one head, four more appear. So
I think we'll see, because when people pirate like anime and manga, they be doing it in other countries, and I've seen it's like been growing where they just keep catching people everywhere.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll see.
I read a crime deterrent study that said that increasing the severity of punishment does not deter crime. In order to stop crime, you have to become more efficient at catching it.
And I think
So
that's what they've been doing. They're very
yeah,
good now at catching these people, man.
yeah. But that's the thing. It's like the only one, only anime, the only pirates site that I've seen go down and actually have an effect across the board was when the Read Comics Online site went down. Not that I would use it. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Hmm.
But when that went down, like I saw discourse across the internet shift away from comics, kind of, because you could tell that a lot of the internet was getting their comics from that source.
Hmm.
So, and I haven't seen any sort of secondary, not that I was snitch anyway, because, mama ain't raised me that way. But I haven't seen any sort of secondary pirate site pop up ever since. Like, it seems like that's just like comics for free online is just done altogether.
Hmm.
Got to go back to the comic shops, which is a good thing. Support your local LCS.
Hmm.
Um, Free Run, Beyond Journey's End Season 3, and Delicious in Dungeon Season 2 will both release in October 27th,
Can't wait. Well, I
2020.
can't wait for Free Run. Delicious in
Mhm.
Dungeon, I'm not as like excited for. I don't really watch it, but I met a lot of people at Anime Expo. This one couple, I think they were a couple, or at least they were friends. They loved it, so I kind of posted that for them too, because everyone loves it. It's like really good. I just haven't gotten into it.
Did you tell anybody that you had a podcast over there?
I was working, so
This is why we only got 12 fans. It's your fault.
I told you it's more than 12. It's like 40 something.
That's terrifying to know because I'm afraid of the spotlight and exposure. But hopefully it stays at that number because if this shit ever blows up, I'm going. I'm gonna become one of those. What is it called when you have the anime face over your face? Um, the avatar.
VTuber. You want to be a
VTuber. That's what I'm
VTuber?
becoming. I'm
What's
gonna
sorry?
be a
What's
VTuber.
what's mix up?
Missed opportunity.
Oh, miss like broken promises. So miss
Promise
opportunity.
with a lisp.
Miss opportunity.
You could have been networking over there. See, you
Not because
you
I
you
was working
holding
for
it up.
another brand. I wasn't trying to do that.
Mm.
I have integrity, unlike some of y'all.
I don't.
Exactly.
I am craving about it. I wear the cameos shirt to the gym all the time. Like, One Piece Heroines is now streaming on Crunchyroll.
Oh, sorry. One Piece Heroes is like a light novel. Uh, so yeah, check it out.
Mhm.
Just more. There's just a
Sword,
lot. So many things came out.
Sword, yeah, a lot. Like it's just like it's gonna dominate the next 10 minutes if we don't get through it fast enough.
Yeah, just run
Sword
through it.
Art Online, the movie Integral Domain, is coming to Japanese theaters in 2028.
I don't know how I feel about that because if you never, first of all, I love Sword Art Online up to a point, and then it just starts getting weird. They like just start living in the game. Actually, you might like it. So it's about like a VR game. They go
Mhm.
into it, but the guy who created the game like puts everyone to a coma and traps them there, and then they have to yeah like so it's really good. But then at a certain point, they just start living there, and they got a daughter in the game. And they
Mhm.
they got a little cabin. I'm like, what y'all doing? And then so they
So
make a
much.
lot of
It's kind of like Digimon,
yeah
with a
get
second life kind of vibe.
yeah like people were dying like if you died in the game you died in real life, so it's like a great premise and it just got weird.
Mhm.
uh and there's like a bunch of them. It's like a bunch of sword art online like projects. There's like Gun Gale,
Mhm.
something like that. There's like one with fairies. The fairy one is just not it for me.
Yeah.
uh
Isn't there a Sword Art Online video game?
Probably yeah, it's a very big
Gotcha.
property. So I'm like iffy on like the film. Also, you know how they've been doing recently. The film is just the first 3 episodes of the anime. So
Gotcha. Crunchyroll is bringing legendary cyberpunk icon Akira back to theaters in stunning 4K and IMAX. Relive the film on the big screen this September.
yeah, if you've never seen Akira, go check it out when it comes out in theaters. I might
We got
even go see it again.
Gotcha. We got a Black Clover trailer, October 2026.
Shout out to the homie Ryzen Life, or I don't know what his name is. I be
That's like,
forgetting. I be forgetting what he calls himself. Is the Mazaku Ryzen? Ryzen's like a character from Yu Yu Hakusho. So I'll be
I
forgetting what he
thought that
calls
was a
himself.
graphics card.
That too, actually.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but he loves Black Clover, so that's for him. Black Clover is like just magic Naruto. So if you like Naruto, you'll like Black Clover.
gotcha. Um, Kyoto Animation Sparks of Tomorrow is now playing on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. There's a lot that came out. Like I said, Netflix is really upping their anime game. Matter of fact, I think that even the chain smoking cat thing is also
Hmm.
on there now, which apparently Japan hates because it's like disgusting. Because the girl's like, the little cat girl is like, she's not cute. You know what I mean? She's
Hmm.
not like she's like taking shits and and put the cigarettes out in it. It's not cute, so they hate it. But I'm gonna definitely watch it.
I've got a new trailer for Ghost in the Shell, which is releasing July 7th
Yep,
on Prime Video.
yesterday. So definitely check that out. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. New Mononoke project has been announced.
Mononoke.
You keep stressing me out with these cute old Japanese words. Grotesque with three Qs got a new trailer. Stressing me out.
It looks good.
Premieres November 6th. You got me with the promises. Promises. November 6th.
No, yeah, definitely check that out as well. I don't. I think it's in theaters November 6th. Sorry, but that's
Gotcha.
Japan, Japanese theaters. So whenever it comes here,
Um, oh, shout out to Panamanian Thunder. Breaking at Anime Expo, Sonic the Hedgehog Memories and Beyond is a new animated series produced for Sonic's 35th anniversary. We got a sneak peek with some footage. Go check it out because it
yeah,
looks awesome.
I was there. I asked him if he wanted me to get him something from the Sonic booth. He said nah.
Mhm.
I was like, all
Really?
right. Yeah, he said no. I was very surprised.
Friends got to learn how to take better advantage because I would have
Yeah,
absolutely said this if I was as big a fan of Sonic as he is.
he got a Sonic chain, y'all, and he got the Sonic
Why you say it
shoes.
like that?
And every time he put on the shoes, he said, "Gotta go fast before he before he start running." It's like that. Shout out to the homie Panama.
Solo Leveling Beyond the System got a new teaser trailer. It premieres in 2027.
Again, just the first 3 episodes of the next season. So
Yeah. Edge Cyberpunk Edge Runner Season 2 is a new standalone 10 episode story from the world of Cyberpunk 2077, coming this fall only on Netflix.
yep, cannot wait. Falls around the corner.
Mhm. Got a first trailer for Star Wars Visions, the Ninth Jedi anime series, which releases August 5th on Disney Plus.
Cannot wait. I feel like we told them to do this.
This is exactly what they need to do.
It's a-
Fuck all the shit. Fuck all the shit with the Skywalkers. Fuck the live action nonsense that just retreads old ground. Take the concept of Star Wars and do more creative shit with it.
Listen, we spoke this into existence when we were talking
I'm
about the
glad.
other seasons of Visions, and we told them to stop doing that little singing force thing. That wasn't it. The singing force is not it. Do something else. Give us an
I want
anime.
more. I want Marvel to do the same shit. Just take the concept of Star Wars Visions, where it's a showcase for all a bunch of new animators, kind of like Love, Death, and Robots, and then just start making a bunch of Marvel stuff. Or DC can do the exact same thing, and then start making a bunch of DC stuff with creative new animations and insights and stories and
Hmm.
stuff that we haven't seen before. And this is really cool, and I'm gonna watch this because I complain a lot about Star Wars, and it'd be
Uh,
hypocritical for me to not.
no, the Star Wars Visions or seasons have always been good. I think there's two other ones. They're both
Yeah,
amazing. So
yeah, agreed. Um, Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, second and third stage, 11 new episodes premiering weekly starting September 25th.
cannot wait. I was actually at Anime Expo just screaming about this, handing out a bunch of stuff. So I love still like I love JoJo and JoJo's Bizarre World in general, or sorry, JoJo's
Mhm.
Bizarre Adventures in general. It's just very hilarious. It's like a parody. A Still Ball Run is like actually what got me into JoJo's because it came out in like 2013. So like I'm very excited for this.
Is that the one that had Freaking You as an end credit song?
Yes, season like 3 or 4 or part 3 or 4.
I've never seen it, but for that reason alone, it has my utmost respect.
Literally, you're not even knowing that it's going to happen. You won't notice it, or you might like because you're just gonna be doing something and it's just gonna start playing. And then you're gonna start looking for where's this playing from? My kids upstairs.
Okay, so we've arrived at the end of the anime stuff. We got our first trailer for the Muhammad Ali biopic series, executive produced by Michael B. Jordan, which we will be releasing on November 4th on Prime Video.
this that's weird to me. Not like no offense to Michael B. Jordan. Like this is not it's not weird because it's him. Is I think it's weird because it's not Will Smith. He has his own production company.
Mhm.
He played Ali.
Yeah.
Probably the most prominent person to play Ali. And then Michael B.
Mhm.
Jordan is also doing the Delphi stuff. So he's already
Yeah.
doing like a boxing series with his imprint. So
Mhm.
it's like double dipping,
Yeah.
I guess, like, or like creating competition for himself.
Yeah. I'm still check it out. Looks pretty good though.
No, yeah, I'm gonna
I ain't
check it out.
gonna
It's just weird that he's doing it.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie though. Michael Ealy as Malcolm X, fantastic casting.
Hmm.
I saw that. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
We'll see. I got to see him act.
Okay, that's fair. But I mean, from the way he looks, that's a solid Malcolm X casting. Um, we got our quote unquote first official look at Team Avatar and Avatar The Last Airbender,
Listen, man,
releasing officially July 25th on Paramount Plus.
I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm
I
gonna watch
cannot
it.
wait to watch this for the first time ever, having never seen anything else pertaining to
I'm gonna watch it. Can't wait.
it. just, just to help them boost the numbers so we get
Yeah,
more of it. Because the animation is incredible.
yeah. Also, the creator said he had other like Avatar, Last Airbender, uh, projects that he was working on as well. So this is not the end, which is good to hear given like the Paramount situation, um, and all the stuff they got going on with the Warner Brothers merger and the debt. So I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear they still have the Avatar studios like working on stuff.
Yeah. We got a new trailer for Dune Part 3 in theaters December 18th, the same day as Avengers Doomsday.
Can't wait. Timmy Tim. I'm going to Dune 3 first, and then I'll see Doomsday the next day.
I feel like I'm gonna need Dune 3 as a chaser after the pure rage I feel Doomsday.
All right, we'll talk about it. I know the boy Slurms is tired of us going to movies out of him, so we'll talk about it.
We got a first trailer for The Wrong Girls, starring Kristen Stewart, Alia Shawkat, Lakeith Stanfield, Seth Rogen, and Camille Nanjiani. The film follows two stoner girls who gain telepathic abilities after taking an experimental drug in theaters August 14th. This
Yeah,
looks cool.
it looked hilarious. So
No. All right, nobody died this week, thank God. That brings us to our main topic. As many of you know, the gaming industry has gone through absolute hell over the past week. One incident of which being Xbox boss Asher Sharma announcing a layoff of over 3,200 people. Um, Many of which were in the gaming spaces like Bethesda, no, ZeniMax is Bethesda. Um, Bunch of studios got not cut, thankfully, but
mm.
just given the opportunity to go pursue new owners elsewhere. But for an overwhelming majority of these people, it is the end of the road, unfortunately. So
So and sorry,
that's
to be fair, for the Microsoft layoffs,
mhm.
or the Asha layoffs, it wasn't just Microsoft Gaming. It was like Microsoft wide as well. So they had
Mhm.
like layoffs in general.
Yeah, yeah. So it's an unfortunate situation. I'm very much sad that it's happening to people because this is a tough job market, no matter where you're working. But on the other end, I do understand that a lot of Xbox was mismanaged over the last regime, where
Well, hold on,
it
hold
was
on,
reported that
don't do that, because the last
what?
regime was a black lady. Why are you saying the black lady was mismanaging?
Listen, I wasn't even thinking about the black lady. I was thinking about Phil Spencer. So don't project that onto.
You forgot. You
I said,
forgot.
I forgot. I
You
ain't gonna
forgot about her.
lie. But listen, on that same topic, we do wrong. It's just upon us to call out our wrongness, not other people. They stay the fuck out of it. We can call each other out though. But yeah, as we've seen with Xbox, like they have not made any really good decisions outside of maybe Game Pass, but then you could argue, was that really profitable? And then it inspired them to go off and buy a shit ton of studios that ultimately never really got to bring their projects to fruition, either due to lack of funding or going into development hell. And it's like, I don't know the minutia behind everything, but this is unfortunately what happens when you have leadership that doesn't know how to sail the ship correctly and just keeps loading on cargo. It's either you sink or you dump a lot of it. Again, I feel bad that this is happening to so many people, but it's 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 I feel like it needs to happen. Like I said, I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know the minutia of it. I know we have friends who know more and they can't disclose that or whatever. But it's unfortunate that the leadership did so poorly that it has to trickle down and harm everyone beneath
Mm-hmm. First of all, I'm gonna stick beside Asha. I believe in her vision, uh,
them.
regardless of how it looks right now. I think
Mhm.
I know one thing she said. She put out. They basically. Well, I don't know if she put out the email after someone had posted the email,
Mhm.
but like her email was available online, so you can go and read like the email that she sent to.
Long tweet.
Yeah, you can go read what was sent. But one of the things that stuck out to me was like they had like 14 layers of like management, and that's like way too many. So like getting rid of that, I understand. Um, I also understand like where the market is for like some of the like gaming development. Like if it's the big three are like Roblox, Fortnite, and actually Call of Duty, right? So I understand like the need to like Call of Duty is Microsoft's, by the way. Sorry, so I understand the need to like reprioritize and refocus, get the get rid of like the extra fat that came with the older regimes and like level set. But also, I feel for like the people that lost their job. Like I know that's like tough. Um, but it's also it's like it's the industry as well. But and then the same industry made record profits. So that's when I'm like conflicted. It's always weird to me when like and sorry, and for context, like I think the gaming like worldwide made record profits. I think in the U.S. specifically, it was like up 5% in profit, right? And apparently, that's not good enough to like keep people around. And
Mhm.
I think that's when I'm like, all right, man, that's not cool. You know, you
Yeah.
put all this money into like things that probably you shouldn't have put the money into.
Hmm.
I don't know, but also go out and get Call of Duty Modern War. Which Modern Warfare are we on?
Why are we supporting this?
Because the homie works there. He works on it.
Oh, go out and buy Call of Duty. I
Yeah,
forgot.
go buy Call of Duty. He put a lot into
I was
it,
like,
man.
hold on, why are we supporting the worst things? But if it's the homie, here, go out and buy it.
Yeah, he put a lot into it. But I think that's like the I think at a certain point like you need a I'm trying to think of a good example because you need that one big thing to fund all the others. I have a good example. Uh, so let's say remember when they was not SpaceX but Blue. What's the Amazon joint?
Blue Origin.
All right, remember Blue Origin when they just were sending
Hmm.
like celebrities into space?
Hmm.
That was bullshit. But that funded actual things that they could go and do. So actual research for Blue
Hmm.
Origin to do. So you do the
Gotcha.
bullshit over here so you can fund all these other things. And I'm not trying to call like Roblox or Fortnite or Call of Duty the big three. I'm not calling it bullshit. I'm just saying you need to be able to have those games be successful so that you can take that money and then actually do things over here so you can get those engineers more roles. You know, you can get them like games to develop. You can be
Yeah.
creative. So that's why I'm also like rooting for Asha and like that whole Call of Duty team. I think
Hmm.
for Microsoft, I think it's on their backs. It's on that Call of Duty team's back to like get things back to where it needs to be so that
Hmm.
other people can come in and like just be designers and make good games. So that's
Yeah.
how I feel about all that.
Yeah. And to your point, this news article mentions that Bethesda is being restructured as part of Xbox's major overhaul. Going forward, Bethesda will focus on its biggest franchises such as Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Quake, and Wolfenstein.
And good.
Um,
I
it's
like.
like
I
I
think
agree
it
with
makes
this.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree that they need to focus on their core competencies because if you don't have a strong foundation, you can't build upon it. Much to your point.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these games, like Bethesda needs to work on its release schedule. because the Elder Scrolls 6 has been in development since before I had children. And one of them motherfuckers is about to go into goddamn middle school now. Like it's just this is crazy. And
Yes, and Elder Scrolls is not like Grand Theft Auto. You can't spend that long. Only Grand Theft Auto can do that.
yeah, and it's like then again, like Grand Theft Auto, to your point again, had the business being sustained by GTA 5 online.
Hmm.
So it's like it could afford a long-term development time because it had shark cards bringing in $1 billion a year.
Yeah,
So it's like if you don't have like that's the hard part about this. It's like we want to believe that it's like you're a creative with like music and other things. Like I think I wrote a fan fiction back in like 2015 that did pretty well on Wattpad or whatever.
we got
But
more movies
like
coming.
you
Also, we about to get to write.
eventually, eventually. But it's we want to believe that creativity is this incredible thing that can just exist. But in the corporate world, and it needs to be funded somehow.
Hmm.
So there is a way to incredible games with deep, rich creativity and passion. But I think, unfortunately, we have to wade through what some people might consider slop. So
Hmm.
it's like, not to throw Call of Duty into that category. And I'm only saying that because the homie works for them. But it's like, it's just, there needs to be like a two-tiered system, right? So you got the one that brings in the breadwinner, and then you've got the games that are like the big passion projects that like really push the industry forward with like new ideas and all these wonderful things, kind of like the Expedition 33s and whatnot.
Hmm.
So it's like I like that Xbox is reverting back to what it knows best. I just think that it needs to get to a point where it is the Xbox that we knew during the Xbox 360 era. Because I feel like that's when it had its true identity. When it tried to branch out and do all this other shit that like no one either cared for or that Xbox wasn't particularly good at, we lost Xbox. It's like why like I can trace it all back to that one E3 where they announced their a new console as like a permanently online television. Like cable modem. What was like it was like a cable box or
It
whatever. And
was
it's just
literally like
like,
a cable box, and I remember trying to set it up, and I thought about it. I was like, "Why am I doing this? I don't need to do
yeah,
this. So I'm
it's like
unplugging this. I'm not using this as my cable
it's like
box. It doesn't make sense."
It's like what the fuck? And it's like I don't know. I'm sure there are people out there who enjoyed like things like the Xbox Connect and all that stuff. Like for me, I was like, yo, leave those motion controls to Nintendo. Just make the great games that we knew you for with like Halo and Gears of War and Elder Scrolls and all that shit. Like stop trying to be what you're not.
Hmm.
And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm rooting for Xbox to be great because someone needs to keep fucking Sony in check. And that's our next story. Unless you have any more thoughts on the Xbox thing.
Now I check out Call of Duty Modern Warfare, whichever number it is. Go get it. Shout out to the homie Peso.
Uh,
And
reason I
oh,
bring up
sorry,
the
and
whole place.
I just hope that the success of Call of Duty leads to more like creativity and more money, more like revenue that was already there. just, just more.
That's what this all really is. It's like I brought up the email that she sent out, and she
Please don't read that whole
mentions,
email.
hell no, I don't. We don't have 3 hours. This is an MLA formatted essay from high school with like works cited pages and shit.
That's why you gotta
I'm just
stick
gonna bring up
beside her.
the one part she mentioned where um she says in a typical year we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested. That's just the harsh reality of the situation. That's just business where it's like you got to make money. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
what they were doing, while it did allow various creative exploits to thrive, it's just, yeah, it's not good. And like I said, I hope they do better because PlayStation needs a check. Because for those who don't know, which if you're even remotely tapped into video games this week, you will know because everybody's angry about this. As of I want to say July 1st, physical disc production is being discontinued in January 2028 by Sony for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. So I will give Samsung this one. admission that he was right because they really are coming for all of our hard media. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, PlayStation's discontinuing it, and um, I went first with my thoughts last time. You can go first this time.
I don't know. I don't like the money grab. I think also sorry.
Mhm.
This also came with the news that like if you don't use your PSN for what is it 3 years or something like that, they'll just delete it and then take
Yeah.
everything as well. Like,
Hmm.
all right, man. I think. Oh, sorry. Also, after they, I think there was like a guy and like it was just one guy. So I don't know how true this is. It was like a guy in the UK. Um, he had lost the. He had like if you bought a movie in the PlayStation Store and if Sony lost the license or the license ran out for it, then you also lost it
Hmm.
and you don't get your money back. So it's all these things happening at the same time. Like, come on, man, it doesn't look good. And I do think like this is just the way gaming is going. Like even Nintendo, I don't think Nintendo has like actual physical, um, not disc, but like little chips for the Switch Two. I think the chip is like a token, right? So it just gives you access to the game.
Hmm.
So it's the same thing. I don't I I don't like that Sony's doing it, but I don't see Sony being the only company to do it. I'm sure Steam Machine is not going to have. Is it called Steam Machine? What's it called?
Yeah, let's call it that. I don't know
It's
what to
not
call it.
called
I
that,
think
but
that
it's a better name than what it is.
I've been calling it the Steam box for I don't know how long. I don't know. I think
Steam
it's the
Machine
Steam machine.
is it? I don't know. Steam Box is actually better. Whatever. I'm sure they won't have like physical media, right?
Oh my God, am I becoming that old unk who doesn't know the names of various game things? I remember my dad when I was younger would call every console the Nintendo. No matter what I was playing, he'd like turn off that tender. He's from the South. But I'm sorry, I cut you off. Continue.
No, you're fine. Oh, now I'm trying to see what it's called. It is called Steam Machine. All right, that's fine. So Steam Machine's fine. Uh, but I'm sure they won't have physical media. Um, I'm sure at some point Xbox will go that same route. I know they want to expand their Game Pass
Mhm.
offerings as well, so they probably won't have physical media. We know Grand Theft Auto is not going to have any physical disc at all, even though you can pre-order a physical. Like, I think that my main issue is like for I get why Sony's doing it, but like the act of offering a physical thing for just a code. I don't like that. Why am I paying for a box, an empty box?
Mhm.
And then I am assuming that there goes like the the Best Buy or I guess Target space, right, where you could go to the store buy a physical game. Or sorry, GameStop should have been the first thing I said. So I don't know why it wasn't. That just says a lot about GameStop. But yeah, I get why someone's doing it. I don't like it, but we saw it happening, and now I'm
Mhm.
just I don't know. Oh, also last thing, I know like also with this news, I think Sony is turning all their like those disc making factories into
Mhm.
what was it? Shout out to Lucid because I remember him sharing this with us. It's some like factory to make a like a DSR drive, which will be used in AI data centers. I think that's what they're turning that into. And now the price of like
Mhm.
optical something is going up. It was a lot. I think at that point when I was reading it, I was like, all right, I'm good. I was just tired of it. But yeah.
So I got a few thoughts on this. Two things can be true. One, it can be quite repulsive what Sony is doing. But on the other, I also understand why they're doing it as a money hungry, greedy, non consumer considering corporation. because truth of the matter is people don't really buy digital like that. If I'm gonna be brutally honest, I haven't bought a piece of physical media for my PlayStation game since maybe like Dark Souls 3. And I bought it at release. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
play it until much later because Dark Souls. I don't know. I bought it expecting it to be a whole different game than it actually was, but I just got my ass whooped. I turned it off, never looked back until I got into Demon Souls, and that put me onto the Souls genre, and I came back to Dark Souls 3. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
um, I fully admit, like I don't buy physical media anymore. So, and I know according to some of these statistics, overwhelming majority of PlayStation gamers don't either.
Mm-hmm.
My concern with this is there is no check and balance on Sony, not just from a competitor standpoint, but within their own gaming ecosystem. Because what would happen before is you would have the digital copies and you would have the physical copies. And the physical copies naturally would depreciate in price over time. So a game would release at like 60, $70, but then like a year later, it'd be like down to 40, 30, et cetera, et cetera. And as a result, Sony's digital storefront had to keep that in mind in terms of pricing. Because why would they put the digital game at a jacked up price or the original price when a lot of consumers could just go to GameStop and get the a used version or the price a new version with a depreciated price, and as a result it kept the market in balance. Now
Mm-hmm.
with no hard copies out in the wild, there is no check on the digital storefront. They can just put whatever price it is, and as a result, there is nowhere else it could go. People were bringing up Steam and how, like, why is it that? Because every time there's a major decision by a big corporation, you've got a bunch of peasants out here who are willing to defend the multi-billion-dollar corporation, which is just pathetic. But
Mm-hmm.
everyone was like, "Oh, everyone's mad at Sony. Why is no one mad at Steam?" And that's because Steam isn't the only marketplace for PC games. There are several other launchers where you can get PC games, and those launchers can challenge Steam's prices. Sony will no longer have that anywhere because Sony will be the end all be all for all of their own video games. And I know you could say, oh, yeah, it's their IP, it's their property, they can do whatever they want from it, but it is extremely anti consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this falls under the monopoly category where it can be challenged in court or whatever, but I
It
don't see how.
Brazil's
Hmm?
challenging it, or Brazil's challenge. I think it's Brazil. They're challenging something about it. Like if you're going to do this, you have to also allow, like, you have to refund um, uh, consumers if you no longer host the game,
Mhm.
right? So you can only have a digital copy of the game. If you can't download that digital copy to your system, you have to play it in the cloud. Then if you ever get rid of it, you have to give them their money back.
Yeah.
That's what I think Brazil is working on that.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm glad somebody's doing it because I know the U.S. isn't going to do it. I figured it would either come down to some South American country or the EU because the EU does challenge these games a lot when it comes to anything from like loot boxes and microtransactions to this. So
Mhm.
hopefully, actually Australia does step up it too sometimes. But yeah, like it just I get why Sony is doing it, but it's extremely anti-consumer. And as much as I want to believe that this is going to spark a mass revolt or protest and people leaving, according to Jason Schreier, he posted an IGN article today. Sony is very much committed to this because they said even if 10% of its user base revolts in protests and just decides to drop PlayStation, they one will be able to sustain like millions upon millions, hundreds of millions of people who will still stay and still maintain their profits. And because since they're dropping the middleman of those who manufacture hard copy discs and other sorts of physical media, their profit's going to go up exponentially. So now they get
Mhm.
everything out of the transaction as opposed to having to pay a cut to whoever is manufacturing the physical copies. And it's fucked up. And I would like to believe that an abundance of people are going to revolt as a result of this, but I feel like it's something that's entirely going to live online. Hopefully, it gets traction in like courts throughout the world that they do challenge this and force Sony to make decisions along the lines of what you just mentioned, where if they remove media from their storefront or make it so players can't play it anymore, which they have done. with Hideo Kojima's horror game PT. It was a demo, but because of I believe the issue Kojima got into it with his original company, Konami. That demo, which was highly popular online, got removed, and now only the people who originally downloaded it can still play it. And I don't know if they have to remain offline in order to do so because an update might remove it from their console. You can double check me on that, but I'm pretty sure there's something along the lines where it's like
That's crazy though.
there was a reason. Yeah. And it's like, this is very much our future if people don't step in or like step away and send a message to Sony with their wallets. But I don't have much hope for that
Mm.
because that's just the way it always has worked. It's like a big corporation makes a very controversial move, whether it be something like this or like removing a headphone jack from a phone. People get up in arms.
I miss my
And
headphone
then,
jack.
yeah, me too. And then ultimately, nothing of substance comes from it because people very much like their consumerism and they like their creature comforts and their very convenient delights. So
Mm.
I will. My last point I'll make on this is I don't think Sony is going to permanently get rid of physical media. A key component of capitalism is that they remove things that already exist and then sell it back to you on some bullshit. Madden has been doing this for years, where they remove a feature from like, oh, and then now to roll around without that feature, and then
Mm.
10 will come back. And they're like, oh hey, we're doing this, and they'll repackage it as this new thing, and then everyone who played '08 was like, what the fuck? That was in the other game. You just took it out for no reason. Anyways, what I think they're gonna do is, maybe a few years from now, they're going to have collector's editions of games, in which you'll have statues that come in a lot of these collector's editions. You'll have the manuals and the albums and the maps and all the art that comes with it. And then that will be the version that has the actual physical media. And they're going to sell it at jacked up prices that allow
Mhm.
scalpers to come in, fuck it up even more for everybody who wants physical media. And that's just going to be the game. It won't come with standard edition games anymore. It'll be exclusively for the big collector's editions that cost upwards of $200 to $300 at MSRP,
Mhm.
and then that will be the game. It's like, okay, you guys want physical media now? You're gonna have to drop a few bands on it.
You remember there's like a clip of LeBron talking about like a deluxe edition of a CD.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what you just described. We got 12 songs for you, but wait a minute. Here go another three. All right, yeah, that's the deluxe edition. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, collectors.
Hmm.
I can see it.
And
Also, I can see like I'm glad I kept a bunch of my disc because
mhm.
now I'm finna sell these. The price of the brick
Actually,
is going up.
yeah, I might go out and purchase like at least for like my top 5 games, like go get them and have those be like my collector's editions that I put in cases or whatever.
Hmm.
But I still have a bunch of physical discs for a bunch of other games. I don't know if it was for I think it was for PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 or whatever, but
Hmm.
everything everywhere is going to keep going up, and it's just this consumerism that turns into collectivism. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of this, but like it's happening everywhere to where it's like because the things that were so convenient to us are being taken away, those things are now being jacked up in price exponentially, and it's just
Hmm.
disgusting. And
Yeah.
the biggest issue about this is that like it just removes away consumer choice.
Look at records. You like buy vinyl. Remember, vinyl used to
I
be
got a
like
few vinyls
a
on my
dollar,
yeah.
and now it's like 20 at least for like an artist you
Mhm.
probably don't know who it is. Just it's crazy.
Yeah. And I guarantee you Sony is going to take advantage of this because if not now, at some point in the near future, because there's going to be a mass scramble to try and get as many physical copies of games as possible before that January 2028 date, they're
Hmm.
probably going to jack up the prices on physical media just as like a big fire sale because they know everyone's going to, all the scalpers are going to go rush for it. All the people
Yeah.
who actually care about physical media are going to go rush for it. And they're going to benefit both sides. They're going to make a shit ton of money off of the physical media they already have, and then they make a shit ton of money off the lack of physical media because they have no more middleman to worry about.
I'm about to go bow to GameStop. Remember when Blockbuster was going away? I just went
Yeah.
around and I was just buying up DVDs. Start my collection. I'm finna do the same thing for like GameStop and Best Buy. I don't shop at Target, but yeah.
let me go check GameStop right now because I might go get my top 5 games sooner rather than
Listen,
later because the closest it gets to that deadline, it's going to get
I'm a
real
right.
rough out.
I'm gonna grade it. Matter of fact, the Sekiro is still not out the plastic. I'm about to get it graded. And then you're gonna see
Just intense.
you're gonna see Logan Paul wearing a chain with my Sekiro on it. All right, wait.
Oh,
Food, you got any thoughts? Or you still sorry for those that are wondering where Food's been? Why he's just been sitting here on mute? He's a very dutiful father, unlike some people. So he's I'm talking about O'Shaughnessy. Oh, sorry, O'Shaughnessy was actually with me at Anime Expo. That's where he was this or last week. He's actually still there. So he got caught on Figueroa uh, with a pipe. So he tried a couple of things while he was out there. He got caught doing some things he wasn't supposed to be doing. So he's still on Figueroa, dressed as Sonic. So y'all just keep your prayers up for O'Shaughnessy. He can get out of that situation he's in right now.
that's funny. All right. Any further thoughts?
Um, we'll see what happens. I hope. Well, I will say this. I do hope, like, if you get rid of physical media, don't make it so like I can only play a game on the cloud. Right? I'd be fine if like I could still download the game. Like, so if I plug in my hard drive, download the game, put it on my hard drive, and then every time I want to play it, I just gotta plug my hard drive in. I'd be perfectly fine with that, as long as like when stuff goes away, I still own it. In the same way that like for my Xbox 360, they lost the license for like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The only way you can play it if you bought it like back in 2010 or whenever it was is if you have your hard drive with the game on it. So
Hmm,
I'd be fine with that.
gotcha. All right. Well,
Oh, I thought you had
it
thoughts.
seems like that was it. I was looking up how the prices of physical media because
All right.
it's about to be a frenzy.
All right. Well, y'all check out. Matter of fact, sorry, this is a story that I saw. I forgot to share. Check out Spider Noir because it did get some Emmy nominations as well. Uh, so I need to like. I watched the first episode, so I need to like go finish it. But definitely check out Spider Noir. Check out that last season of Vox Machina is really good. Check out Jackass in theaters. Check out Supergirl because we gonna stick beside her. We embarrassed, but we gonna stick beside her. Uh, I just want DC to be successful. Uh,
Yes.
a bunch of anime that we named. You can check out Moana if you want. I'm not watching it. And I have been watching House of Dragons. This season's pretty good so far. Sorry, is it House of Dragons or is it House of Dragon? Because we black.
House. You know what?
We
For the sake
black.
of our blackness, it's called House of Dragons.
All right. It's very clearly not House of Dragons, y'all. But we black and black
It's
people put
House
an
of
S on
the Dragon.
everything. All right, well, House of the Dragon. House of the Dragons.
If we don't put the S on everything, we
It
just
don't
pick
even.
out the main character and call it their show. Hey,
Unfortunately, I
you
don't.
watch Rhaenyra?
That's her name. I mean, Damon's the main character to me. He be doing the most.
I mean,
Damon be doing the most. Check out new episodes of One Piece are out. One Piece Heroine is out. So those are probably the things I'm gonna be watching. I feel like there's one more thing. Uh, of course, Avatar: Last Airbender, the movie on Paramount. Then there's something else. Oh, before I forget, the Varna Hill show is also coming to Paramount. I think in September. So Martin Lawrence and Tommy Davidson made a Varna Hill TV series. If you know who Varnell Hill is, if you don't know who Varnell Hill is, he's like a character that Tommy was playing on an episode of Martin. Like one of my favorite like characters in the Martin zeitgeist, or whatever the word is. So that's it. I'm done rapping.
I watched X-Men '97. Fantastic start to the season. Not gonna lie, I was worried, but
Mm-hmm.
they definitely alleviated all those concerns, and I'm really excited to see where they go from here. Aside from that, mostly just still on Baldur's Gate, just chipping away at it as much as I can during my free time. Once I
Mm-hmm.
finish that, um, I will be going back to my completion of One Piece because I did make that my New Year's resolution.
You still been watching
Be
your three
complete.
episodes a day or something?
No. Like anytime I've gotten free time, I've been
Right.
playing Baldur's Gate. And slowly, you probably can see in the background with the boxes, slowly designing my basement. So I've got the posters on the wall completed. I got my chairs, which is what those are. And then I've got my D&D slash Magic the Gathering slash poker table coming in over the weekend. So that'll complete this area. Then after that, I don't know, I'll probably put up some lights or something. But this is
Okay.
going to be very much a nerd den for all of my homies to chill in and you
Yay.
know. But
I'm coming
aside from
over.
that, yeah, just oh yeah, absolutely. I was going to host this weekend, but it seems like one of our other friends volunteered. Um,
Oh, for real?
yeah, you check the group chat.
I don't be paying attention.
So, um, yeah, that's about it. I haven't been watching anything else. Just been, I don't know what I'm anticipating. Spider-Man and Lanterns. So
Oh yeah.
I just realized it's right around the corner. So it's like end of
Yep.
July is Spider Man, and Lanterns is I think the middle of August. So good time to be a comic nerd.
Yep.
Hopefully both of those stick the landing.
They should. I think Spider Man. I think it'll be good. Lanterns too. Lanterns
Yeah, I
will
think.
be good. Sorry,
Yeah, agreed.
we'll talk about X Men '97. I feel like I'm a hater after.
You are.
Yeah, I might be a hater because I was looking. And I was like, all right. It don't got the same feel, man. I could tell nobody was posing and sending them pictures. All right. Until next time.
Nobody got butt naked for this.
Exactly. I could tell. So it don't hit the same. As a matter of fact, sorry, this is a random side note. I was talking to some people at Anime Expo about it, and I was explaining to them like how the showrunner switched. They didn't know any of this had happened. So I was explaining how,
Really?
yeah, I was just explaining how Bo would just send a picture of himself to staff so they could pose the characters. All right, until next time, y'all. We'll get food, money's thoughts at some point. Yeah, oh yeah, check us out on YouTube, Twitch, which is what we're on now, Spotify. Eventually, I'll use the socials in the way I'm supposed to. Uh, I'm sorry, I just whatever. All right, peace.
Peace.